So I have been lucid dreaming for about 3 years now, inconsistently. And in that time, I've learned how to lucid dream and just following the foundations. I've been inconsistent, but I've learned the basics of it. And what I've realized is there are lots of different ways to improve your life through lucid dreaming. And one of the ones I've been thinking about very recently is changing my belief system. Because there can be scenarios that you're in your dreams and something happens to you. You wake up the next day and you're like, I never really thought about that like that. Or you're in this scenario and it makes it so you feel like different the next day. It could be a nightmare and you feel scared about a certain phobia. But in a lucid dream, you can control how your dreams are created and what happens in them. So how I'm going to use lucid dreaming is I'm going to firstly become aware in a dream. I already have some stuff on that. But then once I am aware in a dream, I am going to create scenarios that challenge my current belief system and into a way that I want to feel about the world. Now, what I mean by that is kind of like I put myself in a scenario that challenges how I view certain things. So I don't really have a specific scenario, but just something like, let's say you're struggling on some test and you've tried to do this test multiple times and you've kept failing. What you could kind of do is you can go into a dream and then have it so you actually succeed at the test, because all it is your beliefs. And once you succeed at the test in your dreams, it will feel completely real to your mind, therefore changing your belief system about how smart you are and if you're actually able to pass the test. Because in your dream it happened, and when you're in a dream it actually feels incredibly real, sometimes even more real than when you're just not paying attention in real life. So what that can do for you is it can give you a scenario in which you couldn't do it in real life until you experienced in a dream. It's kind of like when you're really trying to focus on something and you try to think of the end goal at you succeeding. Let's say you're trying to do a marathon, you've never done one before. And you think in your mind about how you completed the marathon, going past the finish line, and the kind of feelings you'd have after that of achieving that. My plan for using lucid dreaming is to go into those dreams, become aware, set myself a scenario of, I'll choose the marathon as an example, because I've never completed one, and I plan to do that some point in my life. I will go into the lucid dream and I'll be put on the spot, and it will be the last 100 meters of the marathon, let's say. Even though I've never completed one in real life, if I have all these beliefs and expectations that I can't complete one, but I do it in my dream and it feels just as real, it will kind of tell the back of my mind, the subconscious mind, that I'm not fixed to failing and I'm actually able to achieve this in real life, because it feels the exact same. You know, if you've done something scary but you've done it 100 times in a row, you know you can do it again. Like, let's say you do this really hard song on a guitar, and before you thought you could never be that good at guitar. Once you do it once, you remove that expectation because you have proof, you have backing that you can do it. And my plan is just to use dreams to be my proof and my backing, and just to make it so my mind kind of sees a scenario in which I succeed at that. It kind of gives your mind permission to go and have success with that thing once you wake up from your dream. Like, it's not like motivation or anything like that. It's really just trying to show your mind a scenario in which you succeed at that. And like, if you're thinking you're always constantly going to fail at this thing, but then even just one time, if there's something and you succeed at it, it makes all of those thoughts of failure irrelevant. And since your dreams are formed by your subconscious mind, if you're able to become lucid and use your conscious mind to affect your subconscious mind, pretty much becoming lucid in a dream is, your dream world is made of your subconscious mind, but when you become lucid, your conscious enters it and can change how your subconscious mind thinks and acts, because your subconscious mind's always taking memories and data about your day, and it is forming your identity. So what better way to form your identity is to go to the direct source, the subconscious mind, in that environment and show yourself succeeding. There's so many things I want to do for that. It could be a weight in the gym. You know, I can't go and bench 225 pounds, but if I go into my dream and I can do that once, yes, I'm not going to actually get stronger. I might actually make some neural pathways, which is another thing you can do in lucid dreams, is you can create neural pathways to control your outcomes. But what it will do is it will help program my subconscious mind to remove that limiting belief that I'm not the type of guy to ever be able to do that. If I'm able to do it once in a dream and it feels real, I will have pretty much removed that belief from myself. And I feel like there is a easy framework to help change any belief you have, just by going into a dream, becoming aware in that dream, getting into the scenario, and then defeating it. You can do it with fears or not too. Anything like that. You can just use lucid dreaming to change your belief systems. And I plan to, in almost all of my lucid dreams, that's what I plan to do. Every belief system. Like, maybe I have some doubts about my YouTube. What I could do is I could just hop into a lucid dream and I tap publish on a video that I visualized, and it gets thousands of views. And therefore, I've seen my conscious mind has created a scenario that shows my subconscious mind what it's like to achieve that thing that it thinks is impossible. Because here's the real important thing with that, is that your subconscious mind, it thinks that the dream world is completely real. It doesn't know the difference. It has because that's what it's just, all it is just your subconscious mind. It doesn't know if you're dreaming or if you're awake. And I just fully plan to use that to shape my life differently and to shape my belief systems about it. So I'll just talk about that example. I post a video in my dreams. It does very well. Now my subconscious mind has seen that it's possible. And when I am awoke, or just woken up, I will have less doubts about when I'm tapping that publish button or when I'm shooting that video. Like, I don't know how well this video is going to do, and I have doubts about it. And I feel that's normal to a degree. But I plan to go into a lucid dream and to post a video and have it do so well so that when I think about not recording a video, I can think back to that dream of how well it did. And since your subconscious controls most of what you do, there won't be that hesitation to go and post it, to give it a shot, because it worked once for your subconscious brain. Although it didn't work in the waking world, it worked for your subconscious brain once, which is enough to tell your subconscious and your conscious brain that it is possible. That's just the video I want to make. I just want to tell you guys how I want to use lucid dreaming and all the value information I want to get from it. That's not the only use for lucid dreaming I want to do, but currently I feel that is the thing that is most helpful, is removing those limiting beliefs just by almost rewiring your subconscious by showing a dream scenario and then converting it into something you haven't done yet in real life. And this channel is all about figuring out how to lucid dream and how to change yourself through lucid dreaming. So if you think that's something you'd be interested, just check out my channel. Anyway, see you guys.